Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Trinity Softball Complex on the campus of Trinity Baptist College here on the west side of Jacksonville, Florida, as we are ready for the TBC Eagles home finale doubleheader against the Division II Edward Waters University Tigers. Hello again, everybody. I'm Ray Bureau, and you're watching the TBC Eagles Sports Network on our YouTube channel. We appreciate everybody joining us here for tonight's final home games of the season, and the Trinity Baptist Eagles are taking on Edward Waters. Trinity Baptist is 6-27 overall on the season, 4-2 in the NCCAA's South Region, led by head coach Ray Regulacion and assistants Becca Enter, Joe Kidd, and Scott Olson. Meanwhile, the Tigers from Edward Waters University are 33-7 overall this season. They are 15-3 in the NCAA Division II's Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference, led by head coach Mike Ellison and assistant coach graduate student Ashley Combast. We're going to pause right now as we're about to have our opening prayer and national anthem, and then we'll give you the lineups and be ready for the first pitch here on TBC Eagles. And we'll give you the starting lineups in just a moment, but first I want to say hello and give a shout out to my good friend Joshua C. Jackson, the Sports Information Director and play-by-play and PA announcer for Edward Waters University. Josh is with the men's volleyball team as they get ready for their conference tournament, so good luck to Edward Waters men's volleyball. Here's your batting order for the Tigers. Leading things off will be the designated player, Laura Scott. Batting second at second base, former TBC Eagle Katie Gooden, who's having a terrific season. Batting third in center field, Caitlin Lemug. The cleanup hitter is right fielder Kyla Gardner. Jasmine Lemug is the shortstop. She will bat fifth. Batting sixth, playing first base, will be Tiara Peters. Behind the plate, batting seventh is Brooke Rice. Batting eighth, playing third base, is Jade Mention. And batting ninth in left field is Kayla Saunders. Doing the pitching for the Tigers will be Alyssa Charter-Smith, and we'll tell you more about her when she takes the circle in the bottom half of the first inning. Meanwhile, for Trinity Baptist, Ohana Brown will do the pitching. She's in the circle right now. This will be Ohana Brown's ninth start of the season, 11th appearance overall. She has no wins and 8 losses and an ERA of 7.16. In 45 innings, Brown has allowed 94 hits, 66 runs, 46 of those earned. She has walked 14, and she has struck out 14. The defense for Trinity Baptist: in left field, Kaylee Barnett. In center field is Ashley Shaw, and right fielder is Kylie Duhigg. Around the infield, third baseman is Piper Young. Ebony Medina is playing shortstop. Taylor Foster at second, with Allie Thrash playing first, and Morgan Wells behind the plate catching Ohana Brown. We are ready for the first pitch as a designated player. Laura Scott steps up for Edward Waters. She's hitting .376, no homers, 17 runs batted in, and 29 runs scored. And Brown's first pitch is right down the middle. This is one dynamic Edward Waters University team. Again, 33-7 overall, 15-3 in conference play. And they are coming off a doubleheader sweep of Clark Atlanta University, and they have one series left in the regular season. And that is on the outside corner. That is strike two. That is a 3-game series at home against Savannah State University, a doubleheader tomorrow, and the final game of the season on Saturday. 2-strike pitch from Brown, a little bit high. Scott started to flinch but held up just in time. That tomorrow afternoon's doubleheader will begin at 1 p.m. at J. Gardner Nip Sam's Memorial Park, and Saturday's ball game will also begin at 1 p.m. A 1-2 fastball from Brown misses outside. Trinity Baptist is at Florida State College at Jacksonville tomorrow afternoon, and then they have 3 doubleheaders remaining, all on the road. Here's a 2-2, and a chopper fouled off the batter's foot. Piper Young charging in, ready to make the play, but Scott will step back into the batter's box. Count is 2 balls, 2 strikes. Brown takes a long look and is now ready and delivers. Swing and a miss. So Hannah Brown strikes out the first batter she faces. 1 out with the bases empty. And it brings up second baseman Katie Gooden. She's hitting .280, no homers, 9 runs driven in, but she has scored 19 times and is 5 for 7 on the base pass. Of course, we know the speed that Gooden has, having seen her play here for a couple of years. And she takes the first pitch on the inside corner for a strike. Trinity Baptist will begin play in that doubleheader tomorrow at 3 p.m. at FSCJ. No balls and a strike, and a tapper right back to the box. Brown turns and throws to first in time. Can't waste time with Gooden running down the line, and Brown made a little bit of a high throw, but Thrash was able to pull it in. Monday the 24th, Trinity Baptist is at Albany State. Tuesday the 25th at Fort Valley State. And Wednesday, this game has been rescheduled to Wednesday the 26th at Thomas University of the NAIA. So 3 days in a row, all in Georgia next week. That is Caitlin the Mug, who smacks the first pitch into center field for a base hit. And we've seen Caitlin Lemug do that many times over the years. She and Jasmine Lemug, seniors, and Coach Ellison tells me they both plan to be back next year and play as fifth-year seniors. So Caitlin the Mug gets the game's first base hit. Kyla Gardner at the plate. For the Mug, she came in and hitting .288, and a bunch shown. Runners going, to throw down is on target and in time. So the base hit is erased. A perfect throw from Morgan Wells, and a 2-6 putout on the caught stealing to retire the side. So Kyla Gardner will lead off in the second, and we'll tell you more about her when she comes to bat after Trinity Baptist gets its first at-bat. We'll keep it right here and give you the batting order for the TBC Eagles. Leading things off will be the catcher Morgan Wells, who just made that beautiful throw down to second base. Batting second and playing second base will be Taylor Foster. Batting third in center field is Ashley Shaw. Batting fourth at third base, Piper Young. Batting fifth, playing shortstop, is Ebony Medina. Ohana Brown is the pitcher. She is batting sixth. In right field, Kylie Duhigg will bat seventh. Kaylee Barnett hits eighth. She's in left field, and first baseman Allie Thrash rounds out the batting order. Defensively for the Tigers, Kayla Saunders is in left, Caitlin Lemug in center, and Kyla Gardner is in right. Around the infield will be Jade Mention at third base. The shortstop, Jasmine Lemug. Playing second base is Katie Gooden and Tiara Peters at first, with Brooke Rice behind the plate catching Alyssa Charter-Smith, who is in the circle with a record of 5 wins and no losses on the season. Charter-Smith has pitched 45 in her third innings. She's allowed just 23 hits, 13 runs, and 10 of those earned. She has walked 16 and struck out 58, and she has not allowed a home run, a 1.99 earned run average. Morgan Wells leads things off. And the junior comes in with a really good batting average. She has really stepped it up. Had a slow start, but not because she wasn't hitting the ball. She was hitting the ball right at people, and now she's all the way up to 293, 1 homer and 8 RBIs. And a first pitch from Melissa Charter-Smith. And it is a little bit high and outside, and I can already tell this young lady can throw the ball hard. So 1 ball, no strikes. Hey, let us know you're watching. Drop us a comment on the chat. Love seeing those names on the screen, as our Eagles fans know, as Morgan Wells fouls off and evens up the count at a ball and a strike. Wells, Foster, and Shaw due up for TBC. Again, this is their final home doubleheader of the season. A ball and a strike and a pitch. This one tapped foul, and it's 1-2. The South Region Tournament is at Carolina University this season. That'll take place between May 8th and 11th. Of course, exact dates, times, and schedule still to be determined. The 1-2 to Wells, and she takes a changeup just off the outside corner. Of course, the Tigers, members of the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference in the NCAA's Division II. Here's a 2-2, and a high pop-up headed our way, and hits the bleachers just to the left of us, and the count remains 2-2. Wells trying to get on, start off a rally. She threw out Caitlin Lemug to end the top of the first, which meant Ohana Brown faced just 3 batters. Here's a 2-2. Line drive toward the gap. That's a base hit. It's going to roll to the fence. Wells around first. She will pull up into second with a leadoff double. So Morgan Wells is aboard and in scoring position. And it brings up Taylor Foster, the Eagles' second baseman. These two teams met at Edward Waters on Monday, February 15th. The Tigers won both games, 4-0 and 8-0. Trinity Baptist really played them well throughout most of the game 2 until the Tigers pulled away late. I saw that game on Edward Waters' live feed. The Eagles hit the ball very hard but kept finding gloves. Taylor Foster with a runner at second. And the first pitch from Charter-Smith is low and outside. Wells had gotten a big lead off second base and is chased back. So that's ball 1. Taylor Foster is hitting .213 with 5 runs driven in, 1 double. Chance to drive in a run. Usually makes contact, puts the ball on the ground, and with her speed, she has a good chance of beating it out. Both corner infielders in tight. The bunt is down. That's a fair ball. Nobody covering first, and Foster has herself a base hit. Eagles catch a break. Second baseman Katie Gooden was over near the bag just in case Wells had to go back, so that allows Foster to reach. And TBC has runners at the corners with nobody out. And the middle of the batting order coming up. Ashley Shaw will be next. And Shaw came within, I'd say, a foot or so of a grand slam against Clark Atlanta. And that ball was caught right at the fence. The center fielder ran it down in the gap and had her back touching the fence when she made the catch. Shaw, though, is hitting .317. She has driven in 5. She also has 2 doubles and a pair of triples. Contact, very likely, not guaranteed, but very likely to bring home that first run of the ball game. That's Morgan Wells at third base. She doubled. Taylor Foster got a bunt single, in case you're just joining us. Edward Waters got a 2-out single in the first from Caitlin the Mug, but was thrown out trying to steal second. And now the first pitch to Shaw. Keep an eye on Foster. She's on the move. The pitch is low and inside, and not much of a chance for Brooke Rice to get off a throw. Foster was going on the pitch. That'll be a stolen base. And for Taylor Foster, that is her 8th steal in 10 attempts. So 2 in scoring position, nobody out. Eagles trying to cash this in. Shaw flinches at a high fastball, but takes it for ball 2. They're going to check and make sure that Shaw did not go around. Base umpire says no, so 2 balls and no strikes. Corner infielders in front of the bags, and the 2-0 to Shaw right down the middle, and Shaw taking that one all the way. So the count is 2-1. Alyssa Charter-Smith, 2 balls and a strike. And a pitch, swing and a miss, right by the hitter. A good, hard fastball. Charter-Smith, a sophomore from West Wallsend, New South Wales in Australia. She has a few complete games, 4 if I'm seeing that correctly. Last outing, 2 1/3 against Clark Atlanta. Swing and a miss, that is strike 3. Couple of good pitches. Shaw is out on strikes. So 2 hits and then a strikeout. Now brings up Piper Young. She's hitting .266 with 6 runs driven in, 3 doubles on the season. Charter-Smith 2 1/3, 6 runs, 4 earned against Clark Atlanta in her last outing. As Young swings through strike 1. That follows a 7-inning complete game against Payne College, in which Charter-Smith allowed just 1 unearned run on only 2 hits. She has 5 wins, no losses on the season. 1 strike to Young. Swing and a miss. That is strike 2. Charter-Smith trying to get this second out without the run scoring and give her a chance of finishing the inning unscathed. Ebony Medina is on deck. She has thrown 4 consecutive fastballs right by 2 Eagles hitters. And the 0-2 misses low and inside. That's ball 1. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hello to Alyssa Charter-Smith's family watching us all the way from Australia. Thank you for letting us know. Hope you enjoy the ball game. The 1-2, swing and a miss. That's 2 consecutive strikeouts. And now Charter-Smith with a chance to get out of the inning without a run scoring. She will have to get Ebony Medina. Al Slarv watching us all the way from Arizona. We always appreciate you letting us know you're watching, especially if you're from well out of town. Ebony Medina is at .209 on the season, 8 RBIs. And the first pitch from Charter-Smith is a fastball, taken at the top of the zone for strike 1. 2 outs with runners at second and third. And our online scoreboard has quit malfunctioning. We will not be able to use that again this season. The 1-strike pitch, and this one gets the outer half of the plate. That is strike 2. That is 7 consecutive fastballs in the zone for Alyssa Charter-Smith. Eagles got 2 on with nobody out, and then 2 consecutive strikeouts. And no balls and 2 strikes to Medina. And a pitch. Swing and a miss. That ends the inning and the threat. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left, and after 1, we have no score. We'll be right back on the TBC Eagles Sports Network. No score after 1. And an excellent job by Alyssa Charter-Smith getting out of a 2 in scoring position, nobody out situation with 3 consecutive strikeouts. And now the Tigers come to bat in the top of the 2nd. And they will have 4, 5, and 6 due up. Kyla Gardner, Jasmine Lamug, and Tiara Peters. Hello to Greg Wells and Dempsey Shearer watching us, cheering on their various teams. Shearer family watching Alyssa doing the pitching for Edward Waters. 737NG joining us on the live feed. Ohana Brown taking on Kyla Gardner to get things started. Gardner was at the plate when the throw out at second ended the top of the 1st. And she takes the first pitch a little bit off the outside corner. Kyla Gardner is hitting .397, 5 homers, and 15 RBIs. Going to be tough to get one out over the right field fence with the wind blowing in up to 14 miles per hour. And Gardner smacks one into center field for a leadoff single. Absolutely beautiful Thursday afternoon and entering the evening. We started the ball game at 80 degrees, sunny with bright blue skies overhead. We expect to be around 70 degrees when we finish tonight. No rain in the forecast. And again, that wind blowing straight in from right at around 14 miles per hour. First pitch fouled off by Jasmine Lamug, the Tigers shortstop. Jasmine Lamug comes in hitting .268, 2 homers, and 26 RBIs. Gardner's 5 for 5 in stolen base attempts. There's a high fly ball, slicing foul into the right field corner. And it's out of play, so count of no balls and 2 strikes. Ohana Brown gave up 1 hit in the first, now 1 in the second. Runner at first, nobody out. Leadoff single from Kyla Gardner. Lamung now showing bunt, but with 2 strikes, she pulls back and pops one foul right to Coach Ellison. Coach Mike Ellison in his first season leading the Edward Waters University Tigers. Graduate assistant Ashley Combast is coaching first base. A lot of familiar names on this roster. These 2 teams have hooked up over the last few years. That pitch is down in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Edward Waters has won every matchup between these 2 teams. A ball and 2 strikes. Ohana Brown ready. And a pitch. Little blooper, but this one's going to hook foul. Piper Young at third and Allie Thrash at first, both in tight. Middle infielders are playing back, hoping to get a force at second and a chance to turn 2. A ball and 2 strikes. And a pitch. And that one misses low and outside. 737 out there in Arizona. Family members of Milani Sablan. Parents of Milani Sablan, whom we've seen pitch on this field many times. The 2-2 and a high pop foul back into the net. Milani Sablan, one of the very best in the Edward Waters University Conference. Don't know yet if we'll see her today. Sablan, though, is on the season 2 wins, no losses, and a 2.15 ERA. Here's a 2-2. High fly ball, left field. That's going to drop down. There may be a play at second. The throw is not in time. That's a base hit for Lamung. Have to respect her power. She got that one off the end of the bat, but Barnett was playing her deep, and that one drops in. Barnett made a good play and almost got the force out, but that's going to be a base hit. So the first 2 have singled, and Tiara Peters is at the plate. Peters comes in hitting .392, 1 homer and 26 RBIs. As a team, the Tigers are hitting .296. First pitch, high fly in a left field. Barnett drifts back and makes the catch. A runner starts to tag but holds up. Barnett made a terrific throw to third. Again, with the wind blowing in, balls to right are going to be very difficult to get out. A well-hit ball to left might get a little bit of help. Barnett was able to track that one down. So 1 out. And now batting is the catcher, Brooke Rice. 256, no homers, 13 RBIs. Line drive right over the head of Foster, and this one gets cut off in right. Duhigg makes the nice play, but a run will score, and the Tigers are on the board first, leading 1-0. Taylor Foster went up, but the ball just out of her reach. A really nice play in right field by Duhigg, keeping at least one run from scoring. But Jasmine Lemug takes third. Kyler Gardner scores. Rice is aboard at first with the base hit. So runners at the corners, 1 run is in. Jade Mention, the third baseman, at the plate. She's hitting .218, and the first pitch, they're going to go for 2. Foster to first, not in time. A run does score, but the Eagles do get the lead runner at second base. Credit Mention with an RBI and a fielder's choice. Rice is out at second, 6-4. That's a second out. Eagles played that one correctly, but the hustle by Mention. And Kayla Saunders at the plate for the Tigers. The left fielder is hitting .293. As a team, Edward Waters has homered 11 times. There's a chopper foul and a nice play by Coach Ellison outside the third base box. Tigers have homered 11 times overall, 5 by Kyla Gardner. 2 outs of the runners at first and 2 runs in, and Brown delivers, and this one is in the dirt. That will allow Mention to take second base, and she looked like she had thoughts of going for 3. That will be a wild pitch charged to Brown. So Gardner's base hit, followed by Lemug's base hit. Gardner scored. 1 out later, Brooke Rice singled, and then the ground ball fielder's choice brought in the second rung. Jasmine Lemug across the plate. 2-0 Edward Waters. 2 outs with the runner at second, and a ball and a strike on Saunders. Brown ready and a pitch. And that one is taken inside. That's ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Laura Scott, top of the order, waiting on deck. Brown hoping to get this batter and worry about Scott next inning. Eagles will have 6, 7, and 8 due up. Here's a 2-1. That one hit the bat, and that's a foul. Saunders tried to hold up, and the ball hit right off the knob. And she chuckles at that one, steps out, regroups, and gets back in with a count of 2-2. And Brown ready. Here's a 2-2. High pop-up. Should be playable for Medina, and that is out number 3. Tigers, though, get 2 runs on 3 hits and leave 1. We go to the bottom of the second with Edward Waters leading 2-0. Bottom of the second, 2-0 Edward Waters. And Trinity Baptist will have Ohana Brown, Kylie Duhigg, and Kaylee Barnett due up. Allie Thrash, if anybody gets on. That's 6, 7, 8, and 9 due in the batting order. Alyssa Charter-Smith got into a little bit of trouble in the first inning. She allowed second and third with nobody out, but then fanned 3 in a row. Now Hannah Brown will try to start a rally for TBC, trailing 2-0. Hannah Brown is batting .267, no homers, 4 RBIs. And the first pitch, swing and a miss. Brown may have pulled off that one a little bit, and that is strike 1. TBC has homered 3 times on the season. Madison Hamilton, Cheyenne Simmons, and Morgan Wells have done the honors. 1 strike pitch and a fastball misses low. Brown also has a double to her credit. She has scored 7 runs for TBC. Charter Smith ready. Here's the 1-1. Good swing, but Brown a little bit behind and it's fouled off. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Charter Smith ready. Here comes the 1-2. Swing and a miss. That is strike 3. That is 4 consecutive strikeouts. And it brings up Kylie Duhigg, the Eagles right fielder. Alyssa Charter Smith did not face Trinity Baptist back in February. Kylie Duhigg is hitting .181. She has driven in 8 runs. She's also drawn 4 walks, and 5 of her 13 hits are for doubles, and she takes the first pitch low and inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Duhigg has really stepped it up of late. She had a double in each game against Clark Atlanta. That was Trinity Baptist's last ball games. Swing and a miss, and the count is even at 1-1. And Charter Smith throwing some BBs. 4 consecutive strikeouts. Here comes a 1-1, and that is strike 2. Kaylee Barnett on deck, followed by Allie Thrash should the inning continue. A ball and 2 strikes. Strike 3 makes it 5 in a row. So with 2 outs and the bases empty, Kaylee Barnett will step up. And Barnett is hitting .143. She's driven in 2. 3 of her 8 hits have been for doubles. She has scored 5 times. And the first pitch, swung on and missed. Alyssa Charter Smith in the zone right now. All but a couple of pitches to these last 5 strikeouts have been out of the zone, have been in the zone. There's another one, and they've all been good fastballs as well. No balls, 2 strikes. And Charter Smith with the 0-2, and that one just off the outside corner, right over the edge of the left-handed batter's box, and it's 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes. And a pitch. There's a tapper right at the third baseman, Mention. A high throw, but pulled down. And that is out number 2. Pierra's reached up, or out number 3, and that ends the inning. A couple of strikeouts and a pretty well-struck ground ball, but right at Mention, and she gets the out. So the Eagles go down in order in the bottom of the second. We go to the third. It is 2-0 Tigers. Top of the third, 2-0 Edward Waters. They got both runs in the second. Some good clean singles and some runner movement. Had an RBI base hit. That came off the bat of Brooke Rice. And then a ground ball that brought home a run from Jade Mention. Brown's first pitch to Laura Scott is in there for a strike. Brown got Scott swinging in the first inning. No balls and a strike. Ohana Brown with the pitch and a high pop up right behind the infield. 3 giving chase, and that ball's on the ground, and that's a ball that needs to be caught. Medina, Shaw, and Foster all there, and the ball dropped right in the middle of them. That does go as a base hit, but again, a ball that should have been caught. Hit number 5 for the Tigers. Brings up Katie Gooden, who grounded to second her first time. And chases one up and out of the zone, trying to bunt. Gooden came in hitting .280. She has a runner at first with nobody out. No balls and a strike. And Brown is ready, and the pitch. There's a line drive off the glove of Medina and into center field, a base hit. Medina did everything she could and very nearly made a really nice catch. That one will go as a base hit. And Gooden is aboard. Hit number 6 for the Tigers, and center fielder Caitlin Lemug at the plate. Couple of breaks for the Tigers. 2 on, nobody out. Heart of the batting order coming up. Lemug got a base hit her first time and was thrown out trying to steal. The first pitch a little bit inside. That's ball 1. Lemug has 25 RBIs and a runner in scoring position. She shows bunt. Medina covering third to throw on time. Let's see what the call is, as a runner's still at third, and she is out. So Scott caught stealing. 2-6 on the putout. No stolen base for Katie Gooden. That goes as an advance on the throw. So 1 out. Morgan Wells has been tested twice, and she's passed both times. Here's the 1-1, and a high changeup. 2 balls and a strike. So in essence, that pop-up that dropped, that's been rectified. Katie Gooden very fast at second base. Here's a 2-1, and this one misses inside. And good to see Katie's mother in attendance this afternoon, back where she watched Katie play for the last couple of years. 3 balls and a strike. Edward Waters, as usual, bringing a really nice crowd to the west side. Here's a 3-1, and a chopper that's going to get into left field. No, it's backhanded by Medina, so she at least stops a run from scoring. Umpire was right in front of my line of sight. Good play by the shortstop, but runners are at the corners. That's a single. Hit number 7, and Kyla Gardner at the plate. She led off the second with a base hit and scored the first run. Three consecutive singles, but a caught stealing. Now runners at the corners with 1 out. And Gardner at the plate, the cleanup hitter. Swing and a miss. Runners going. The throws to third. Almost got away. That ball hit the dirt. That goes as a defensive indifference. Lemung just kind of trotted in. They let her have second base, so that will not go as a stolen base. Gardner has 2 now in scoring position. And a 1-strike pitch is driven high and deep towards center, on its way back and gone. That's a 3-run homer for Kyla Gardner, and the Tigers lead now 5-0. And for Kyla Gardner, that is her 6th home run of the season, and RBIs 16, 17, and 18. Well, the wind had calmed down. Wind or no wind, though, she hit that one awfully hard. And the bases are now empty with one out for Jasmine Lamug. And the first pitch, a little bit high. Lamug singled and scored in the second. Katie Gooden and Caitlin Lamug both score on the home run. 1 ball, no strikes. Brown delivers. There's a hot shot into left field. That's a base hit. And the Tigers, they score a lot of runs, and they've put 5 up on the board and have a runner at first with 1 out. And if I have it right, that's hit number 9 for the Tigers. Tara Peters at the plate. Flew to left her first time up. And the first pitch a little high. Called a strike, a little bit of a late call, and it's 0-1. Peters digs in. Brown is ready, and the pitch. There's another ground ball hard into left, another base hit. Runners at first and second with 1 out. Lamug stops at second. Peters now 1 for 2. Brooke Rice is at the plate. She singled home a run in the second. And that RBI for Rice was her 14th of the season. Still 1 out. 3 runs are in. And Brown's pitch is a little bit outside. One ball, no strikes. And that one is taken a little bit high. Count 2-0. And there's a strike at the knees. Two on, 1 out, 2 balls and a strike. Rice digs in and taps 1 foul. That evens the count at 2-2. Wells walks the ball back to the pitcher, gives her a chance to communicate just a bit. And we're now ready for the 2-2 pitch. Here's the 2-2 on the way, and that's ball 3 upstairs. So the count is full. Rice came in hitting .256, 1 for 1 with a run batted in. And a 3-2, strike 3 called. So that is out number 2, and the second strikeout for Ohana Brown. Jade Mention at the plate. She brought home a run with a fielder's choice ground ball in the second. That made the score 2-0. Edward Waters has added 3 here in the third. A 3-run shot from Kyla Gardner. 2 on, 2 out. Brown delivers, and a ground ball to third under the glove of Young. A run comes around. The throw to the plate is cut off. That's going to be an error on the third baseman. And an unearned run as Jasmine Lamung scores. Peters to second, and Mention is aboard at first. 6-0 Tigers. Two outs, 2 on for Kayla Saunders. She popped up to the shortstop her first time. Brown's first pitch is popped up, foul territory. Wells is there, and that retires a side. 4 runs, 3 earned. The big blow, the 3-run homer from Kyla Gardner. And we go to the bottom of the third. It is Edward Waters 6, Trinity Baptist 0. Bottom of the third, Trinity Baptist will have 9, 1, and 2 due up. Allie Thrash, Morgan Wells, and Taylor Foster. It is 6-0 Edward Waters. The Tigers got 2 runs in the second and 4 in the third. Alyssa Charter Smith has struck out 5 in a row before Kaylee Barnett ended that streak. She has allowed 2 hits in 2 innings, but no runs. Alexandria Thrash is playing her final home games. She and Lana Fletcher, the lone seniors on the Eagles roster. Fletcher unfortunately injured and will not be able to play tonight, but glad to see that she did get in the ball game. She threw 1 pitch on senior night last week. And the first pitch to Thrash is upstairs, and that's ball 1. Allie Thrash hitting a .5. She has driven in 2 runs, and she is starting at first base. Number 9 hitter, 1 ball, no strikes, and the pitch is upstairs for ball 2. Trinity Baptist is at Florida State College at Jacksonville, beginning at 3 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. FSCJ does plan to live stream. Go to our website, tbceagles.com. Hit the schedule page. I have put that live video link there for you Eagles fans to watch. Thrash takes ball 3 inside. And here comes the pitch. And that one is on the outer half of the plate. And the count is 3-1. Three balls and a strike. Line drive, but foul. Thrash bidding for extra bases, but that one sliced just before hitting the ground. So the count is 3-2. And Thrash digs in. Charter Smith takes a long look. And Thrash calls time. She didn't want to wait anymore. Three balls, 2 strikes. And here comes the payoff pitch. Strike 3 swinging. That's strikeout number 6 for Alyssa Charter Smith. And 1 away, top of the order, Morgan Wells. She led off the ball game with a double into the left field gap. Good line drive, rolled to the fence, and Wells got as far as third, but no further. Time called. Wells steps out. Hey, we don't have a pitch clock to worry about. Pitcher and hitter, they can take the time they want. Now we're ready. Here comes the first pitch. And a fastball a little bit high. 1 ball, no strikes. Tigers will have 8, 9, and 1 due up in the 4th. Edward Waters University 33-7. They are having a fantastic season. I don't even have to look, but I can tell you they're leading their conference. If anyone's doing better than that, 15-3 in the conference, let me know. I don't think that's happening. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss, and a count even at a ball and a strike. One and a pitch. And there's strike 2. So 0-2, or check that, 1-2. And Charter Smith ready, the 1-2 on the way, and that's strike 3. That's number 7 for Charter Smith. She now has multiple strikeouts in each of the first 3 innings. Here's Taylor Foster, who bunted her way aboard and stole a base in the first. Eagles, though, left both runners stranded. 2 outs, bases empty, bottom of the 3rd. And the pitch. And that one is on the outside corner. No balls and a strike to Foster. Sun's now hiding behind the trees, making it feel very pleasant here in the bleachers. And we've been blessed with terrific weather as we've been sitting in the bleachers for each of the softball live streams. No balls, 2 strikes. We've had a pretty cool spring here in Jacksonville, much cooler than usual. Let's hope that continues for a while. I'm not ready for the 96 with high humidity. 2-strike pitch is tapped hard but foul to the left side. Don't worry, we know it's coming. 98 degrees and 500% humidity, that's on its way. So let's enjoy this while we can. Tomorrow, Trinity Baptist Baseball has its final home games of the regular season. Tomorrow night against Toccoa Falls College and a doubleheader against Toccoa on Saturday. That one just a little bit below the knees. Foster still up there. 2 outs, bases empty. Ball and 2 strikes. Carter Smith delivers, and a tapper, a high chopper. Gooden fields, throws to first in time. Katie Gooden playing right behind the circle, able to make the play and retire the side. Foster hustling, nearly beat that one out, but a good play by the Tigers defense. After 3, it's 6-0 Edward Waters. This ball game is moving along very quickly. We've played 3 innings in about 50 minutes, and Edward Waters leads 6-0. 2 runs in the second, 4 in the third. 5 of those 6 runs are earned. Kyla Gardner hit a 3-run homer in the top of the third. Leading things off will be Jade Mention. And the first pitch, there's a hot shot right back up the middle. My mistake, that's Laura Scott. And a base hit. Scott now 2 for 3. Second time she's gone right back up the wickets. So runner at first, 1 out. Here's Katie Gooden, who is 1 for 2 with a run scored. She was on base when Gardner went deep. Shows bunt, pulls back, and takes a pitch high. No ball. Actually, that pitch was called a strike. I did not see the umpire raise that right hand. 0-1, and the pitch, and this one is taken inside. So, unless I'm mistaken, it's 1-1. Ball and a strike, and a pitch. There's a tapper towards second. Foster will flip. Could have stayed on the bag and taken that herself. Instead, that's going to be an error. It'll be a fielder's choice credited to Katie Gooden. That's going to be an error on Foster. She had a chance to step on the bag. Very likely would not have gotten the double play, but would have gotten the force out. Gooden goes all the way to second. Second error of the game for the Eagles. Caitlin the Mug at the plate with 2 runners in scoring position. And the first pitch pulled foul. Mug with 25 RBIs on the season. She's 2 for 2 with a run scored. No balls and a strike. And this one's tapped foul right into the net. No balls, 2 strikes. Two in scoring position. And there's a ground ball to second. Foster knocks it down and throws it wild, and 2 runs are going to score. LeMug on her way to second. She's there with nobody out, and the Tigers lead now 8-0. Scott's run unearned. Gooden's will depend on what happens next. Caitlin LeMug takes second base. That is an error on the second baseman. And after the conference on the mound, we will see Kyla Gardner step up to the plate. 2 for 2, 3-run homer, 2 runs scored. There's a hot shot fielded by Young. Looks the runner back, throws to first in time, and almost took a little too much time, but good bullet throw gets Gardner. LeMug heads up base running, takes third on the throw. That's the first out of the inning. That ball was stung, and Piper Young made a terrific play. Here's Jasmine LeMug. She is 2 for 2 and scored both times as well. Runner at third, 1 out, and a ground ball to third. Young knocks it down, throw to first in time. Piper Young twice in a row looking the runner back. On the first play, though, Caitlin LeMug was able to end up taking third on the throw to first. 2 outs, and Tiara Peters at the plate. She's 1 for 2. Hit the ball sharply both times. And the first pitch, that one is upstairs. Because of those 2 consecutive outs, both runs in this inning will now be unearned. But as I always say, they are on the board. 8-0 Tigers. 1 ball, no strikes, and a pitch, and a changeup misses low and outside. So the count's 2-0. And Brown ready. A lot of room on the ground up the middle. There's a line drive into left. That's a base hit. Another run will score, and it's 9-0. That'll be an RBI for Tiara Peters. Caitlin LeMug crosses. 3 runs in the inning. For Tiara Peters, that's RBI number 27 on the season. Brooke Rice at the plate. She taps the first pitch foul. Peters at first. Rice at the plate. It is 9-0 in favor of the Tigers. Brown's pitch, high drive, well hit to left. Barnett will not get there. It's off the fence. Peters on her way to third. Rice will pull up into second with a double. These Tigers can really swing the bat. That is their 13th hit. Jade Mention at the plate. There's a ground ball into left field. That is a base hit. Another run is in. A second run crosses, and it is 11-0. RBI for Mention. And she's at second base with 2 outs. Kyla Saunders at the plate, the 9th hitter of the inning. She is 0 for 2. She has popped up both times. First pitch misses upstairs. One ball, no strikes. And pitch on the way, and it is inside for ball 2. Laura Scott would bat next if the inning continues. She started the party with a base hit into center. And this one is on the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike. All 5 runs of the inning unearned, but they count. It's 11-0. And this one is low and outside. Three balls and a strike. Brown ready. Here's a 3-1. Line drive into right. That's a base hit. Duhigg will pick it up. Throw will be cut off. And the Tigers lead 12-0. RBI single for Saunders. Jade Mention scores the 6th run of the inning. Laura Scott at the plate. Takes the first pitch high. Wells throws to first, but the runner's back. Scott has struck out, but then singled to center twice, and last time scored the first of these 6 runs in the 4th. Her second at-bat of the inning. And there's a blooper towards second. Foster will make the play, and that retires the side. 6 runs for the Tigers, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's 12-0 Tigers. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Edward Waters leads 12-0. Alyssa Charter-Smith has allowed just 2 hits in 3 innings, no walks, and 7 strikeouts. And she will face Ashley Shaw, Piper Young, and Ebony Medina. 3, 4, and 5 in the Eagles batting order. Shaw went down on strikes. She was the first of 5 in a row that Charter-Smith got, spanning the 1st and 2nd innings. And the first pitch swung on and missed. 2, 3, and 4 due up for the Tigers in the 5th. Gooden, Caitlin Lemug, and Kyla Gardner. No balls and a strike to Shaw. Foul tip, and that's strike 2. No indication yet on either starting pitcher in game 2. We will stop this feed when the ball game ends and start up a new one just moments before game 2 is ready to begin. No balls, 2 strikes. Pitch on the way, and that's upstairs, and it's 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes. Charter Smith delivers and got her swinging. Number 8 for Charter Smith. And 1 out, bases empty for Piper Young. Charter Smith takes a long look and now ready. First pitch is a fastball inside. One ball, no strikes. And pitch on the way. High pop foul into the net, and it counts even at 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. And Charter Smith is now ready. Here's the 1-1 on the way. Swung on and missed, and that is strike 2. Tigers men's volleyball is playing Fort Valley State University in the conference tournament. That's being played at Fort Valley State. High pop-up, foul territory, and the catch is made. Charging in and making the play, Tiara Peters, and there are 2 away. That men's volleyball team 14-4 overall on the season. 10 wins, no losses in conference play. Good luck to the Edward Waters University men's volleyball team. 2 outs, bases empty. Ebony Medina at the plate. Charter Smith's first pitch right down the middle for a strike. Katie Gooden, Caitlin the Mug, Kyla Gardner due up in the top of the 5th for Edward Waters. 1 strike pitch. Strike 2 swinging. No balls, 2 strikes. Wind is starting to pick up again, blowing in from right, and the pitch on the way, swung on and missed. That is strike 3. That is number 9 for Alyssa Charter Smith. And after 4, Edward Waters leads it 12-0. Top of the 5th, Edward Waters leads 12-0, and a new pitcher on the mound for Trinity Baptist. Freshman Maggie Olive takes over for Ohana Brown. Katie Gooden will be the first batter that Olive faces. She's 1 for 3, but 2 runs scored, and she takes the first pitch a little high and tight. Olive on the season, no wins, 2 losses, 9 2/3 innings pitched. And a fastball is inside. That's ball 2. Two balls, no strikes. Olive delivers and misses high for ball 3. Count is 3-0. Katie Gooden at the plate. Leadoff hitter here in the top of the 5th. Pitch on the way, and that one is right down the middle. Again, Eagles baseball home against Toccoa Falls College tomorrow night at 6 p.m. One game, and then a doubleheader starting at 12 noon on Saturday against Toccoa Falls. There's a tapper. Olive knocks down. Throw to first, not in time. Gooden hustling, and she has herself an infield single. So a runner at first, nobody out, and Caitlin Lemug at the plate. She is 2 for 3 and has scored twice. Gooden at first, she's 5 for 7 in stolen base attempts, not going. And a first pitch fastball is up and away. Morgan Wells has thrown out both base stealing attempts that the Waters have tried. Edward Waters Tigers have tried. Trying to say both things at one time. The 1-ball pitch is a ground ball to third. Young bobbles and will not have a play, and that'll be an error on the third baseman. Brings up Kyla Gardner. 2 for 3. 3-run homer. 2 runs scored. First and second, nobody out. Olive's first pitch is high, pop foul, out of play. We will bring all 3 baseball games to you right here on TBC Eagles. Again, tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Doubleheader Saturday starting at 12 noon. Those are the final regular season home games for TBC. We are hosting the South Region Baseball Tournament. Olive with a changeup, dips down low a little too soon. So a ball and a strike. That South Region Tournament slated right now, May 8th through the 11th. Here's the 1-1. High pop fly, center field. Shaw coming on. She'll not get there. The wind knocked that one down. That'll be a base hit, and the bases are loaded. The wind took that one away from Ashley Shaw. It's not blowing as hard as it was a little while ago, but still blowing in from right. So a base hit for Gardner, her 3rd of the game. Gooden at 3rd, Lemug at 2nd. Gardner at 1st, Jasmine Lemug at the plate. She's 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored. High pop-up, that's foul territory. And Thrash will make the catch. Nobody covering home, and Gooden with heads-up base running tags and scores. And everybody else will tag as well. That will go as a sacrifice fly and an RBI for Jasmine Lemug. You don't see too many sacrifice flies caught at the dugout, but it is 13-0. Caitlin Lemug at 3rd. Kyla Gardner moves into 2nd. There's 1 out. And it looks like we have a pinch hitter for Tiara Peters. Tell you who that is in a moment. This one is pulled foul and out of play. Now batting for the Tigers. Wearing number 5, but I don't have a name for a number 5. I'm told that is Milani Sablon. 1 strike and a pitch. High fly ball, well hit, left center field. Caught at the fence. A run will score. A sacrifice fly for Milani Sablon. It is 14-0. If I'm seeing that right, was that Sablon's first at-bat? She's not on the batting stats. Well, it's a sac fly, no official at-bat, but a run batted in. Caitlin the Mug scored on the play. That ball looked like it had a chance to get out, but Shaw caught it right on the warning track. 2 outs. This is Brooke Rice at the plate. And she takes this one on the outside corner to even the count at a ball and a strike. One ball, one strike. And this one is up and away. So to count of 2-1. Olive ready, and the pitch swung on and fouled straight back. So Milani Sablon takes advantage of a chance to swing the bat and almost got one out of here. She did drive home a run. There's a new batter in the on-deck circle as well. Should this inning continue, we'll see Haley Barfoot step up to the plate. High pop foul, and this one is out of play. Barfoot now has been called back to the dugout, and now back to the on-deck circle. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runs are in. 14-0. Edward Waters leads, and the pitch. Change up, misses up and away. Eagles will have 6, 7, and 8 due up. Brown, Duhigg, and Barnett. Here's a 3-2. High pop fly, center field, right at Shaw, who hardly had to move, and she makes the catch to end the inning. 2-run score, 1 left, and we go to the bottom of the 5th. It is 14-0 Edward Waters. Bottom of the 5th, 14-0 Edward Waters. Alyssa Charter-Smith back in the circle trying to get this complete game shutout. Maggie Olive took over for Ohana Brown, so Olive will lead things off here in the bottom of the 5th. Olive is hitting .321. She takes the first pitch outside. She is 9 for 28 on the season with 3 runs driven in. Usually makes good contact. 1 ball, no strikes, and a pitch. There's a pretty sharply hit ball, but right at a re-entering Tiara Peters, who steps on the bag for the out. So 1 out. Bases are empty. Here is Kylie Duhigg at the plate. Went down on strikes her first time up. Alyssa Charter-Smith, 9 strikeouts. Only 2 hits allowed. The first 2 batters of the ball game. 1 a double and the second one a bunt single. First pitch is low for ball 1. Both bullpens empty. Edward Waters looking to get the 34th win of the season. Only 7 losses. And this would be win number 6 with no losses for Alyssa Charter-Smith. Ball 2. Duhigg followed by Barnett and Thrash if the inning goes that far. There's a hard shot and a nice little jump rope move by Coach Regulacion. 2 balls and a strike. And Charter-Smith back in the circle. Here's a 2-1, and this one misses upstairs. That's ball 3. Three balls and a strike, and a pitch. There's a hot shot, but pulled foul. And the count is full on Kylie Duhigg. 3-2, 1 out, bases empty. And Charter-Smith delivers, swing and a miss. That is strikeout number 10 for Alyssa Charter-Smith. And Eagles are down to their final out. Kaylee Barnett grounded out to third her first time up. And Barnett swings at the first pitch and swings through it. No balls and a strike. Again, we'll end this feed right as the ball game ends and start up a new one as game 2 is ready to begin. The 1-strike pitch. There's a well-hit ball to center field. That one is over the head of the mug. Barnett heading for 2. The throw is not in time. Barnett was able to slide around and under the tag of Katie Gooden, and that is a double. Barnett hit that one right up the middle and off the fence. A really good throw from Lemug. Lemug, though, just a tad late on it, and Barnett was able to slide in underneath the tag. So here's Allie Thrash. She went down on strikes her first time, and the first pitch fastball is outside. One ball, no strikes. Swing and a miss. Count even at 1-1. Charter-Smith still throwing as hard as she was in the first inning. A ball and a strike. Swing and a miss. Thrash may have chased one outside that time, and that's strike 2. Eagles down to their final strike. Counts 1-2. Thrash chokes up. And a pitch. That one misses up and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. A runner at second, 2 outs. Eagles trying to get on the board. Long look in by Charter-Smith, and now she's ready. Here's the 2-2. And Thrash is able to make contact and stay alive. Count remains 2-2. Two balls, two strikes. This could be the final pitch. High pop up and into the net. We'll do it again. Eagles have 3 hits, 2 of them doubles, 1 a bunt single. Otherwise, Alyssa Charter-Smith has been pretty much untouchable. 10 strikeouts. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that's the ball game. Final score, Edward Waters University 14, Trinity Baptist College nothing. Alyssa Charter-Smith, a complete game shutout. She is now 6-0 on the season. Ohana Brown takes the loss. She's 0-10. Edward Waters now 34-7 overall and 15-3 in conference play. Trinity Baptist 6-28 and 4-2. Charter-Smith allowed just 3 hits and struck out 11. She did not walk a single batter. Well, that'll do it for Game 1. We'll pause here. We're going to stop this feed, start up a new one in about half an hour. Look for the live indicator. You're watching TBC Eagles softball on the TBC Eagles Sports Network. Stay with us.